Hey friends. So last week we talked about what Jesus did as a grown-up on earth, right? And he died. He died on the cross for us, but then he came back to life and he walked around and he talked some more and then he ascended into heaven like we talked about in the last unit. This time, tonight, we're going to talk about, well, what's Jesus doing now, right? But what we're going to talk about for just a minute is John. Do you remember his disciple John? His dream of heaven. Let's read about it. Interesting. What is that? I'll show you the picture while I read. John was one of Jesus's helpers, his disciple. He was old now and living on an island, which might sound nice, except it was a prison. The leaders put him there to stop him from talking about Jesus, but I'm sure you don't think that a little thing like being in a cell in a prison could stop God's plan. Not even a prison on an island in the ocean. Because God's the biggest, right? One morning, Jesus appeared right there in John's cell. Jesus' eyes were bright and shining like the sun. "I'm going to show you a secret, John," Jesus said, "about when I come back." His voice was like the sound of rushing waters. Can you imagine that? "Write down what you see so God's children can read it and wait with happy excitement." Then Jesus gave John a beautiful dream, except John was wide awake, and what he saw was real, and one day it would all come true. Do you know where he wrote it down that we can read it today? It's the book of Revelation in the Bible. Yeah. And what's it called when you have a dream but you're awake like John did? It's a vision. The Holy Spirit can still talk to us that way. Let's see what it says. I might have to turn her a book. "I see a throne, and on the throne is a king. And the king," who do you think the king is? Jesus. "And all around the throne, the people are bowing down and they are giving him treasures. There are loud cheers and clapping and bright laughter like 1,000 waterfalls. And everyone bursts out singing a new song. This is our King, the Lamb who died, so we don't have to, our rescuer. All glory and honor forever and ever." And every creature everywhere in heaven and on earth and under the earth and in the sea joins in to sing. And then from all around, a wide, immense, beautiful silence. And I see Satan, God's horrible enemy, thrown down, defeated. I see a sparkling city shimmering in the sky, glittering and glowing, coming down. And from heaven, and from the sky, heaven is coming down to earth. God's city is beautiful, walls of topaz, jasper, sapphire, wide streets paved with gold, gleaming pearl gates that have never been shut and locked. Where is the sun? Where is the moon? They aren't needed anymore. God is all the light that people need. No more darkness, no more night. And the king says, are you ready for this? Look, God and his children are together again. No more running away or hiding or crying or being lonely or afraid. No more being sick or dying, because all those things are gone. Yeah, they're gone forever. Everything sad has come untrue. And see, I have wiped every tear from every eye. And then a deep, beautiful voice that sounded like thunder in the sky says, "Look, I am making everything new." It was hard to squeeze all that John had seen in his vision into words and fit it onto a page and cram it into a book. All the words on all the pages of all the books in all the world would never be enough to write down all the things about God. In the beginning, Jesus said, and the ending. One day, John knew heaven would come down and mend God's broken world and make it our true, perfect home once again. And he knew in some mysterious way that would be hard to explain that everything was going to be more wonderful for once having had been sad. And he knew that the ending of the story was going to be so great. It would make all the sadness and tears and everything seem like a shadow that is chased away by the morning sun. I'm on my way, Jesus said. I'll be there soon. And John came to the end of his book, but he did not write the end because, of course, that's how stories finish. And this one is not over yet. So instead he wrote, Come quickly, Jesus, which perhaps is really just another way of saying to be continued, right? Because we're still waiting for Jesus to come and build a new earth. We're in the to be continued part.